Hello everyone! We're going to be reading this afternoon because I got to go to work at 5:30. So I can't be doing this tonight. But I still wanted to make sure that I continue the story because it is good and some of y'all might be paying attention. Alright, where we left off, we just found out that Socrates might possibly be from outer space and that we are all too. Here to assist me today in the storytelling is my friend Charlie Poe. He's actually the star of my up-and-coming movie, 6 Girls, 1 Cup. If you haven't heard about it, I suggest you look it up. It's going to be good. It's a sequel. Okay, here we go. Page 14 only. Let's just start with the last line, which was, Socrates, what do you mean by your time? Are you on Eastern Standard Time, or are you, I joked feebly, from outer space? Isn't everyone, he replied. By then, I had already considered that as a distinct possibility. I still want to know what we can do for each other. Just this. I wouldn't mind having one last student, and you obviously need a teacher. I have enough teachers, I said too quickly. He paused and drew a deep breath. Whether you have a proper teacher or not depends on what you want to learn. He rose lightly from his chair and walked to the door. Come with me. I want to show you something. We walked to the corner from where we could see down the avenue to the lights of the business district and beyond them to the lights of San Francisco. The world out there, he said, waving his arm across the horizon, is a school, Dan. Life is the only real teacher. It offers many experiences, and if experience alone brought wisdom and fulfillment, then elderly people would all be happy, enlightened masters. But the lessons of experience are hidden. I can help you learn from experience to see the world clearly. And clarity is something you desperately need right now. You know this is true, but your mind rebels. You haven't turned knowledge into wisdom. I don't know about that. I wouldn't go that far. No, Dan, you don't know about it yet. But you will go that far and beyond. We headed back for the office just as a shiny red Toyota pulled in. Socrates continued talking as he opened the gas tank. Like most people, you've been taught to gather information from outside yourself, from books, magazines, experts. He stuck the gas nozzle into the tank. Like this car. He opened up and let the facts pour in. Sometimes the information is premium, and sometimes it's low octane. You buy your knowledge at the current market rates, much like you buy gasoline. Hey, thanks for reminding me my tuition check for next quarter is due in 2 days. Socrates just nodded and continued to fill the customer's tank. When the tank was full, Socrates kept pumping gas, until fuel started overflowing the tank and pouring out of the ground. A flood of gasoline ran across the pavement. Socrates, the tank is full. Watch what you're doing. Ignoring me, he let the flood continue, saying, Dan, like this gas tank, you are overflowing with preconceptions, full of useless knowledge. You hold many facts and opinions, yet know little of yourself. Before you can learn, you'll have to first empty your tank. He grinned at me, winked, and turning the pump off with a click, added, Clean up the mess, will you? I got the feeling he was referring to more than the spilled gas. I hurriedly watered down the pavement. Sock took the driver's money and gave him back some change and a smile. We walked back to the office and settled in. What are you going to do? Fill me full of your facts? I bristled. It's not a matter of facts. It's a matter of body wisdom. Car. What's body wisdom? Everything you'll ever need to know is within you. The secrets of the universe are imprinted on the cells of your body. But you haven't learned how to read the wisdom of the body. You can only read books and listen to experts and hope they are right. I couldn't believe it. This gas station attendant was accusing my professors of ignorance and implying that my college education was pointless. I understand this body wisdom concept, but I don't buy it. Ah, Charlie Poe! I guess inanimate objects don't hold up very well themselves. Sorry, Charlie Poe. You will become real. I will make you real. Oh, stay put. Right. He's gonna have to relax the way back and enjoy the story. Take notes from a pro. Here we go. Let's see. Where are we? He shook his head slowly. You understand many things, but have realized practically nothing. What's that supposed to mean? Understanding is the one-dimensional comprehension of the intellect. It leads to knowledge. Realization is three-dimensional, a simultaneous comprehension of head, heart, and instinct. It comes only from direct experience. I'm still not with you. Do you remember when you first learned to drive? Prior to that time, you'd been a passenger. You only understood what it was, but you realized what it was like when you did it for the first time. That's right, I said. I remember feeling, so that's what it's like. Exactly. That phrase describes the experience of realization perfectly. One day you'll say the same thing about life. I sat for a moment, then piped up. You still haven't explained how body wisdom works. Come with me, Socrates beckoned, leading me toward the private door marked private. Once inside, we were in total darkness. I started to tense, but then the fear gave way to keen anticipation. I was about to learn my first real secret. Body wisdom. The lights flashed on. We were in a bathroom, and Socrates was peeing loudly into the toilet. Ah, he said, now this is body wisdom. His laughter echoed off the tile walls as I stomped out, sat on the couch, and glared at the rug. When he emerged, I said, Socrates, I still want to know. If you're going to call me Socrates, he interrupted, you might at least do the name honor by allowing me to ask the questions on occasion, and you can answer them. How does that sound? Fine, I responded. You just asked your question and I answered it. Now it's my turn. About that flying stunt you pulled the other night. You are a persistent young man, aren't you? Yes, I am. Didn't get where I am today without persistence. And that's another question I've answered. Now, can we deal with some of mine? Ignoring me, he asked, where are you today? Right now. Eagerly, I started talking about myself. However, I noticed that I was being sidetracked from getting answers to my questions. Still, I told him about my distant and recent past and about my inexplicable depressions. He listened patiently and intently as if he had all the time in the world, until I finished several hours later. Very well, he said, but you have still not answered my questions about where you are. Yes, I did, remember? I told you how I got to where I am, today, by hard work. Where are you? What do you mean, where am I? Where are you? He repeated softly. I guess that wasn't very soft. Where are you? He repeated softly. I'm here. Where's here? In this office, in this gas station. I was getting impatient with this game. Where's the gas station? In Berkeley? Where's Berkeley? In California? Where's California? In the United States? Where's the United States? On a landmass of the continents in the Western Hemisphere, Socrates? Where are the continents? I sighed. On the Earth. Are we done yet? Where's the Earth? In the solar system, third planet from the Sun. The Sun is a smaller star in the Milky Way galaxy, all right? Where's the Milky Way? Oh, brother, I sighed impatiently, rolling my eyes. In the universe? I sat back and crossed my arms with finality. And where, Socrates smiled, is the universe? The universe is, well, there are theories about how it's shaped. That's not what I asked. Where is it? I don't know. How can I answer that? That is the point. You cannot answer it. You never will. There is no knowing about it. You are ignorant of where the universe is and thus where you are. In fact, you have no knowledge of where anything is or of what anything is or how it came to be. Life is a mystery. My ignorance is based on this understanding. Your understanding is based on ignorance. That is why I'm a humorous fool and you're a serious jackass. Listen, I said, there are things you should know about me. For one thing, I'm already a warrior of sorts. I happen to be a damn good gymnast. To punctuate what I'd said and to show him I could be spontaneous, I stood up from the couch and did a standing backward somersault, landing gracefully on the carpet. Hey, he said, that's great. Do it again. Oh, it's no big deal. Pretty easy, actually. I smiled modestly. I was used to showing this sort of thing to kids at the beach or at the park. They always wanted to see it again, too. Right now, Sock, watch closely. I leapt upward and was just turning over when somebody or something tossed me through the air. I landed in a heap on the couch. The Mexican blanket from the back of the couch wrapped itself around me, covering me. I poked my head out of the covers, quickly looking for Socrates. He was still sitting across the room, 12 feet away, curled in his chair and smiling mischievously. How'd you do that? My confusion was as total as his look of innocence. Want to see it again? He said. Then seeing my expression, he added, don't feel badly about your little slip, Dan. Even a great warrior like you can make a boo-boo now and then. I stood numbly and straightened the couch, tucking the blanket back in. I had to do something with my hands. I needed time to think. How had he done it? Another question that would go unanswered. Socrates padded softly out of the office to fill the tank of a pickup truck full of household belongings. Off to cheer up another traveler on his journey, I thought. Then I closed my eyes and pondered Sock's apparent defiance of natural laws, or at least common sense. Would you like to learn some secrets? I hadn't even heard him come in. He was seated in his chair, his legs crossed. I crossed my legs too and leaned forward eagerly. Misjudging the softness of the couch, I leaned a little bit too far and tipped over. Before I could entangle my legs, I found myself sprawled face down on the rug. Socrates made an effort not to laugh, and failed. I sat up quickly, ramrod straight. One look at my stolid expression left Sock helpless with mirth. More accustomed to applause than ridicule, I leapt to my feet in shame and anger. "Sit down," Sock commanded, his voice charged with authority. He pointed to the couch. I sat. "I asked you if you wanted to hear a secret." "I do, about rooftops. You get to choose whether or not you want to hear a secret. I choose what it's about." "But why do we always have to play by your rules?" "Because it's my station, that's why." Sock spoke with exaggerated petulance, possibly mocking me further. "Now pay close attention. By the way, are you comfortable and, stable?" He winked. I clenched my teeth but held my tongue. "Dan, I have places to show you and tales to tell. I have secrets to unfold. But before we begin this journey together, you must appreciate that a secret's value is not in what you know, but in what you do." Sock took an old dictionary from his drawer and held it into the air. "Use whatever knowledge you have, but see its limitations. Knowledge alone does not suffice. It has no heart. No amount of knowledge will nourish or sustain your spirit. It can never bring you ultimate happiness or peace. Life requires more than knowledge. It requires intense feeling and constant energy. Life demands right action if knowledge is to come alive." "I know that, Sock. That's your problem. You don't know, but you don't. That's your problem. You know, but you don't act. You're no warrior." "Socrates, I know at times I behave like a warrior when the pressure is on. You should see me in the gym." He nodded. "You may experience the mind of a warrior on occasion, resolute, flexible, clear, and free of doubt. You can develop the body of a warrior, lithe, supple, sensitive, and filled with energy. In rare moments, you may even feel the heart of a warrior, extending compassion to those around you. But these qualities are fragmented in you. You lack integration. My task is to put you together again, Humpty." "Wait a damn minute. You know I have some unusual talents and like to surround yourself with an air of mystery, but I don't see how you can presume to put me back together. Let's look at the situation. I'm a college student. You service cars. I'm a world champion. You tinker in the garage, make tea, and wait for some poor fool to walk in so you can frighten the wits out of him. Maybe I can help put you back together." I didn't quite know what I was saying, but it felt good. Socrates laughed, shaking his head as if he couldn't believe what he just heard. Then he came over to me, knelt down at my side, looked into my eyes, and spoke softly. "Maybe we'll have a chance someday, but for now, you should understand the difference between us." He poked me in the ribs, then poked me again and again, saying, "The warrior acts." "Damn it, stop that," I yelled. "You're getting on my nerves." "And only the fool reacts." "Well, what do you expect? I poke you when you get irritable. I insult you when you react with pride and anger. I slip on a banana peel, and..." He took 2 steps away from me and slipped, landing with a thud on the rug. I couldn't hold it in. I bellowed. He sat up on the floor and turned to me, making a final point. "Your feelings and reactions, Dan, are automatic and predictable. Mine are not. I create life spontaneously. Yours is determined by your thoughts, your emotions, and your past." "How can you assume all this about me, about my past?" "Because I've been watching you for years." "Sure you have," I said, waiting for the joke. None came. It was getting late, and I had a lot to think about. I felt burdened by a new obligation. One I wasn't car